quick one for my clients who are prepping at the moment. You're probably going to find that you're bloating a lot easier now. With your foods, try and fuck off all the sugar-free stuff, because as of now, pretty much as of the 6 week out mark, you don't want to be having sugar-free stuff, because it's going to bloat you, it's going to fuck with your gut microbiome, it's going to do all sorts of damage. And even with normal foods, you want stuff that you can chew properly. When you chew properly, it switches digestion on properly and it sits in your stomach a lot better, and it's excellent to mitigate satiety also. For an example, what I can use is my mashed potato is bloating me at the moment because I tried to get extra volume by mixing it with extra water, and it goes down so easily because of that. It's so smooth. There's a little bit more volume, but because I'm not chewing it, digestion's not on properly, and it's just bloating the fuck out of me. So I've had to fucking scrap that, and now I put it in the air fryer instead. I'll get my however much potato I've got, chop it into chips, put it in the air fryer, and if you do that, you'll find, because you have to chew it properly, it's a lot slower process. Digestion switched on properly, and you won't bloat so much. It'll sit in your stomach a lot nicer, and it will absorb better too. The hunger can get overwhelming at times. Just really try and figure out a way that you can focus on something other than food. You may become really food focused at this point in time. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be beaten by hunger, so to speak, because you're stronger than that. You can kick hunger's ass if you want to. And you've got to keep in mind, it's not forever. This is just for a little while longer. You've done all the hard work. Well, you haven't done all the hard work. This is the hard work part, but you've come this far. There's no point in fucking it up now. Just keep pushing through. Try switch off from hunger. Actually want to appreciate hunger, because that's when you know that the process is working properly. Every single competitor ever, who was a quality competitor anyway, has gone through this hunger shit, and at the end of the day, it's just a hormone called ghrelin, which switches your hunger signals. And yes, it's your body begging for food because it wants to store fat, because that's a survival mode. If your body's not storing fat, it's not able to have reserve energy stores. Basically, you want to just fight it off. Every competitor is fighting it off, and that's what they have to do. That's what we have to do to burn off all the body fat possible and get in the best shape possible. Yes, it's easy to buckle to hunger, but that's what separates the weak from the strong on the stage. The people who can push through that hunger or find ways to fight against it are the ones generally who are placing first, second, third, or known as a quality competitor. Just remind yourself that it's not forever. This hunger thing is only for now. You can look at donuts, you can look at cakes, you can look at whatever you want. Try not to, actually. Try not to look at stuff like that, because it's going to make things harder. But at the end of the day, it's not forever. It's only for another 6 to 8 weeks or something. And once you get to the finish line, there will be a couple of days there when you can eat pretty freely before we start the reverse diet process. Just remind yourself, it's not forever. It's only a little while longer. Food's not going anywhere. It's going to be around forever. So don't stress. When you finish the comp, it's still going to be there. Keep in mind, the earlier you're in condition, the more I'm going to be able to refeed you. Basically, if your condition's there, you're going to have a really good peak week where you probably get to eat 3 high carb days, and then we'll go low for another couple of days, and then we'll have another 2 high carb days. There's a purpose behind all this. I won't get into detail as to what it is, but that's how it can look. If you're fucking things up along the way and things aren't looking so great, it's not going to be like that. Basically, you're going to have to starve you onto stage, and you're going to look flat and stringy. You're not going to look muscular at all, because there'll be no filling out process, because we'll still be burning fat. I do have one competitor who fucked up this week, and he regretted it so bad. Once you get a taste of something, you can't stop. So don't cross that line, whatever you do. This particular competitor, I won't mention any names who it was, but he had some donuts around the house. Make sure your house is clear of stuff like that as well. And because he has kids, obviously, he was that hungry, he just thought he'd have a bite, and it was all over. All the donuts were gone, all the ice cream was gone, all the sweets in the house were gone, everything was gone. It fucked him completely. But he was honest with me, and a fuck up's a fuck up. You can't fix a fuck up. But He's been given the extra work and what he has to do to minutely fix up that fuck up, which is really not worth it, because you're looking at an extra probably 250 to 300 kcal on the cross trainer every single day for the next 5 to 7 days just for one little fuck up. So it's not worth it. Just don't do it. Anyway, all in all, you're doing a spectacular job, so don't be harsh on yourself about anything. Just keep pushing forward, and comp prep's not easy, so just keep pushing forward. Trust me, when you get on stage and you know that you haven't fucked things up along the way and you put your best, absolute best efforts in, there's no better feeling in the world. IFBB competitors, I take back what I said about having a couple of free days, because Nationals, if you don't want to get to Nationals, is only a week later, so you're going to have to stay pretty strict.